So before you go, we got one last thing. And Mallory and I were in this play together when we were years ago, and it was a complete and utter disaster, much like most of the shows you've heard about tonight. That play was called Where's Julie? Look for it on Broadway never. Mallory and I bonded over our shared love for flops, one of them being the major mega disaster Stephen King's Carrie. So Mallory and I prepared a little 5-minute version of that show, Pour Vu. I'm ready. I was born ready. Let's do this.
Curtain up. On an enormous white gymnasium that is slightly reminiscent of the Parthenon, young women in togas are doing aerobics. Very sexually charged aerobics, but aerobics nonetheless. They sing about wanting to be cool, popular, hot, and how desperately they each want to fit in. As the workout intensifies, so do their dreams. It isn't until they hit the showers that things get a little bit more reflective. Silver lace with a blue-gray body
Broke his heart, and I'm glad I did.
Almost 3 in the morning.
Don't you hate when you hate your body?
Treating me like a skin-hot kid.
Touching me without warning.
Fixing me up 'cause he's got this friend.
Promise me, baby, he's taking me to the prom. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. Dream on. Dream on. Suddenly, Carrie screams. And she screams again. What's wrong, Carrie?
I'm bleeding!
You are bleeding! It's your period, you stupid bitch! Shelley calls her Scary White. I just call her stupid bitch.
Scary White, do you love me? Scary White, Scary White.
And now, Carrie sings an 11 o'clock number at 8:15.
That's not my name! Doesn't anybody ever get it right? Carrie! Why don't they remember that I'm Carrie White? Carrie! Is it any harder to say than goddamn total crazy? I'm a weirdo and dumb bitch, and doesn't anybody ever think I hear? I hear! Especially when I got them screaming in my ear! I hear! When did everybody decide I'm the one who's the flop? If I had a wish, God, I wish they'd stop. I wish they'd stop. I wish they'd stop. I will not cry. I'm okay. I tried so hard to play their way. Why do they find it so hard to say? Carrie, why do they always treat me so bad? They all know my name. It's Carrie. I don't know why they all get so mad. It's always the same.
After a while, he'd ask me where his ring. Mama, she'd smile and give us her blessing for everything. And the world would see this is love, and then everyone would be jealous of Carrie. And all those people who scream night and day, poor praying Carrie, they'd see me with him, and they might even say, look, it's Carrie, Carrie. And finally, I hear that word sounding so sweet, thousands of voices forever repeating, Carrie, Carrie, Carrie. I am the sound of distant thunder, the color of flame. I'm Carrie. I am the sound of endless wonder that no one will claim, but someday, oh my someday, they all will know my
That was lovely. Move it. Let's go. Moving on.
Margaret White is wheeled on. Because that's how this set moves. It's on wheels. No, we can't make this up. And Carrie confesses to her mother that she started to bleed.
She what?
She started to bleed.
Okay.
Yeah, wonder if she started to bleed. Demanding to know why her mother never told her about womanhood, Margaret smacks some religious sense into her disobedient daughter.
He will burn you.
He will burn me.
The seed conveys the power and it's come again. It's come again.
Don't you
It's
care
come
that I
again.
started?
Until the seed is said, crush the power, it never ends. It never ends. It never ends.
Mama, I was so scared. I almost stared. I thought I was dying. I started crying. Mama, please don't.
You become Satan's bride. For mercy, get down on your knees. You've got Jezebel's pride. And your soul is a hole of disease. I can see you inside.
Don't believe with your
I
eyes.
can see how you
But
lie.
I never told lies.
That's how Lucifer fell.
Mama, how could I know?
And you're headed for hell.
Mama, let me go.
Satan loves a sinner.
I'm not
You're
a
a sinner. Save your
Stop
soul
it.
from burning. She's burning. Margaret lifts open a trap door because houses have trap doors. And she locks her daughter underneath the floorboards to atone for her sins. Atone.
Flashing forward
Yeah.
to the next day at school.
Right.
Because somehow Carrie's solitary confinement has not traumatized her for life.
No, not at all.
And Carrie finds herself in the gymnasium with Coach Gardner.
Wanting to comfort the poor, pathetic Carrie, Coach Gardner decides it's time to sing a power ballad. In a world where nothing's sure and nothing's ever guaranteed, you should trust the light you see in the sky. My pages are not in order.
That's how.
Oh, great. That's how it starts. To unsuspecting. She's got it.
Once you feel his on.
Yeah.
Under the bleachers of the football field of Ewan High School, Goody Two-Shoes Sue Snell is feeling sorry for poor, pathetic Carrie White. She turns to her boyfriend Tommy and says, "Oh, Tommy, I am feeling so bad for poor, pathetic Carrie White, and I want you to take her to prom."
Me? Take her to prom?
Oh, Tommy, it would make her so happy.
Okay.
Wait, that didn't take you very long.
And because Tommy is a complete moron who is only looking to get laid, he agrees and asks poor, pathetic Carrie White to prom.
Carrie returns home that night, excited by the prospect of prom, but terrified to tell her mother. "Hey, Mom, I got invited to prom. Can I go?"
Don't you know the game? Have you lost your mind? Can't you see Satan's passion has made you blind? And this boy is like the rest, and they're all the serpents who crawl. Make all you want to, but I recall how your father came to me that night.
That doesn't mean that the same thing will happen to me.
With the smell of smoke and shame. With the hint in his eyes, and he took and he touched me. I tried to fight.
Godmother, haven't heard even one word that I say.
Satan made your father sin. And the sin never dies. And Act 1.
During intermission,
Yeah.
the bad girl of Ewan High School, Chris Hargensen, has been plotting something evil in the other room.
I can punch her. I can call her a bitch. How about I pour pig's blood on her?
Oh, brilliant.
Ow! Where does a girl get pig's blood?
After sneaking onto a pig farm,
Oh.
that's where kids hang out.
I know I did.
In the middle of the night, Chris, her boyfriend, and a bunch of teenagers that are crawling around like pigs for no apparent reason begin to sing.
Sweet revenge requires planning. I've done all I can. Now it's your chance to prove you're a stud. Here's a simple little gig. You help me kill a pig. And then I've got some plans for the blood. Go!
Kill pig! Kill pig! Kill pig! I need a pig! Get the blood! Blood! I got for blood! Out for blood! Blood! Out for blood! Out!
Let's just go to the prom.
Ooh!
The prom. Cue loud party music. Teenagers are dancing. Someone has spiked the punch, and somehow, miraculously, Carrie White wins prom queen. Oh, and her date Tommy wins prom king. Oh.
Infuriated, Chris enters.
Hey, stupid bitch!
And pours pig's blood all over poor, pathetic Carrie White's head. Light effect.
Sound effect.
Expensive light effect.
Inexpensive sound effect.
And suddenly, despite all the confusing explosions that just went unexplained, we find ourselves in heaven. It's almost like heaven. Where Margaret is children alive.
When there's no one, there is no sound, and the light that used to shine, that once was mine, no longer glows, and there is no sun, when there's no one.
A knife to kill her daughter.
Yeah, right. The song dies. There is silence when the tune that filled my days no longer plays. The room is still, and there are long sighs when the song dies.
Carrie returns home, covered in her classmates' blood. blood to find your mother praying. Mama, why are you praying?
Because I am about to kill a bitch.
Margaret stabs her daughter, and Carrie dies. But not before Margaret has an unexplained heart attack that might have something to do with Carrie's telekinetic powers that have also gone unexplained for the past 2.5 hours.
Wait, you have telekinetic powers? It all makes so much sense now.
But